I'm gonna see if my stand is gonna stand. Y'all know I got it on my little. Oh, it's already falling, y'all. It's already falling. Okay, I think that's it. I think it's not gonna fall. All praise to the Most High. He's always by my side. I read His word, stay prayed up. I'm His chosen child, walking through the secret garden, praising His name, and I will never sell my soul for the fortune and fame. So you can sub, you can like, don't forget to share. But I'm staying true to me because I know these days that is rare. I'm a mom and a wife, 7 kids up all night. It ain't easy being creative in a big family life, but let's go. Well, y'all, I'm just gonna make this really quick. I can hardly see my screen, but I tried to direct it in a way where you can kind of see. They doing some work on my house, so I'm gonna try to do this fast. My siding is getting redone, but I was in the middle of washing my hair, and I just wanted to come in and talk about how having CML affects your daily your daily activity, stuff that I'm used to just doing without thinking twice, like washing my hair, has become such a job now. Like my arms really get sore now. Now, don't get me wrong, I could push through a lot of stuff. I could push through it and just get it done, but now I find myself having to like kind of rest my arms. Kind of like when you're taking out braids, for anybody who's had to do that before. When you're taking out your braids, sometimes if you're doing it by yourself, you kind of have to lean on something or take a quick break. That's what I felt now. Like I'm washing my hair and my arms really got tired to the point where now I feel like I had to take a break. So this is conditioner in my hair now. And y'all, I had to take a break already once when I was shampooing. And then I had to take another break when putting the conditioner in. And this is so like, I don't know. It's kind of messed up in my eyes because people feel like you could just get up and do because, oh, you have cancer but you still have hair, so they see it like it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal to me. I don't know who's in here, but thank you for watching. um it's a big deal to me because it's like, come on now, this is something simple. um People say, well, I subscribed to her because she was jump roping. Now she don't jump rope anymore. That's why I put the tag on there, letting you know in advance that I am living with this. So if you see me having my downtime or sometimes doing videos from the bed, that's the reason why. And I shouldn't have to put a tag in there, but the world that we live in today is like you have to like let people know like I am living with something, an illness, and things may not come to me as easy as normal. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I had to push myself a little bit more than what I would normally have to push myself to do daily things. So I already stated that I don't want to feel like I'm in a rat race. Like I have to push content. I have to get out there and jump rope even if I know I'm having a rough day. I have to dance even if I know my bones are aching. I don't want to put myself in that situation. So um, I'm still going to try to get monetized, but I'm not going to compromise who I am. I'm not going to compromise my health. I don't want to push myself too far to the point where I am no good to my family. So I just had that on my mind because I was washing my hair. I had to take a break, and then I shampooed again, and I had to like just kind of stop for a minute. I didn't have to sit down. It was just my arms was tired. I was tired. And then when I put the conditioner in, it's like my arms are tired again. So I guess that's just something I gotta get used to. I don't want to say I want to get used to it because I'm hoping to be in remission really soon. I'm hoping to be in remission. Hello, Wanda. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for keeping me together when it comes to budgeting. I'm a minimalist already, but some of the tips that you put up, and when I see you doing your envelope stuffing, it actually motivates me to do better. It's one thing to be a minimalist, but it's a whole nother thing to actually watch your budget, watch what you're spending, and try to save. So I really appreciate you for that. Thank you for reminding reminding me to keep an eye on that monthly. I'm doing okay. I was just talking about how I'm just getting tired with normal daily things. I was washing my hair and my arms got tired. My joints are hurting really bad. Um, but I'm trying to still do content. And like yesterday, I didn't do anything. I was just tired. The birds chirping all night, and then you can't get any rest. So I didn't even know birds do that at night. I'm like, aren't y'all supposed to be asleep? What's going on? So of course I started reading up on it. They say some birds are actually territorial, and if they feel like it's mating season, that's their way of keeping other birds away. I did not know that. I did not know that. But I didn't get any sleep for about 2 or 3 days in a row because of the birds chirping so loud. And now I said, okay, I'm gonna wash my hair, blow dry it, and possibly get it braided or something, or maybe I'll braid my hair. It's just that my arms get so tired so fast now. It's like I just don't want other people to get so wrapped up in who they are now that I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but I want people to start to love who they are, embrace who they are, and what they can do now, because you never know when something may happen in your life where you can't do like you used to. I was just such an outgoing person. I was always doing and always very active. And then when this hit me, it was like I beat up on myself for a while. I was starting to call myself lazy. Oh my God, I'm lazy. I'm turning into one of those lazy women, and my house is a mess. And I just started beating up on myself. And I don't want other people to go through that. Um, and now it's like just the simplest things cause me to be so tired and drained, and my bones and my joints are so achy. And if I had it all to do over again, I would enjoy myself more before I got sick. I would take full advantage of the fact that I was young and able. Um, I'm hoping and praying to God that one day I will go into remission and I will be able to slowly but surely get back into my old self. Um, I have actually started back doing some of the things that I used to do, like the jump roping and hula hooping, um, dancing. But I hate the fact that I get so tired so quick now and hurting, and the tiredness really gets to me because it's after something simple, then you're already tired. Like, what? Why am I already tired and all I did was just shampoo my hair? That shouldn't be. So I don't want other people that may be going through a chronic illness to feel like uh, they're worthless, or just throw in the towel, give up, because a lot of us are going through something, um, and it's just how you tackle it. I just really feel like I just need to pace myself and tackle it in a way that I know is right for me. Because if I try to push myself too hard, then I don't want to feel like I'm overdoing it. But at the same time, if I just take a break from time to time when I know I need it, then hopefully that'll help. But today it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, oh my God, I can't even wash my hair like I used to because I'm hurting. I'm literally in pain. My arms are weak because I'm trying to wash my hair. So, anybody out there that's watching who has had anybody in their family deal with CML, my boy is in the room, my oldest. Hey, Pack Boy, we miss you. Come back and see Mama sometimes. Thank you for the orange heart, Pack Boy. I love you. I love you and your twin over there. I love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all again. That's my oldest, Pack Boy, 14. Yep, but I was just I just really wanted to get the word out there. Like if you're going through a chronic illness, or if you have, like my son has gone through any health issues, love you. Um, you really have to boost yourself up. It's almost like you have to give yourself a pep talk every day. Like I got this. I got this. Because if you don't, you'll go down that dark, slippery slope. And I don't want my mind to go into a dark place where I'm feeling like just totally over it. And I know it's easy to go there because I almost went there just a few minutes ago when I was shampooing my hair. I'm like, oh my God, why am I still going through this, and why am I even trying to fight? Like what's the end goal here? Like keep fighting for what? That's what I was thinking. Like, why am I going to keep fighting and going through this when this is hard? This is hard. And when you don't have help, it's extra hard because you feel like you still have to get things done, but you're tired, you're groggy, you're sleepy, your body is aching. You get hungry, and then when you get the food, you don't want to eat it, but you know you have to eat something. You know you have to put something on your stomach. Um, you have to deal with negative comments. You have to deal with people talking about your weight and not realizing that sometimes your weight is going to go up, sometimes it's going to go down. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Let's talk about it with Toya. She's in the room. I was looking at, I don't know if it was a live you was doing. It had to be a live because I saw some of the comments, but I couldn't comment. What's up with that? Because you had on your earrings, you were sitting on the couch, and I was there the whole time, but I couldn't. The retired gardener, hello, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Toya. She said tap the three. Yeah, you had on black and white, and you had on some earrings, and you had your glasses on. I was looking at the whole thing, but every time I tapped down at the bottom where it says chat, I couldn't do anything. I don't know if it was my phone or what, but yeah, this was like a quick pop up because I kind of had a moment of feeling discouraged, and I just thought it would be a good time to document how sometimes people who deal with chronic illness can feel kind of down sometimes. Excuse my background. They're working on my siding on my house, y'all, but whatever. It is what it is. It's life, right? So I just don't want anybody who's dealing with not even just cancer, just any type of illness. Like you're gonna have your moments where you feel like I gotta keep pushing, I gotta keep doing it, because life goes on around us while we're fighting this, while we're dealing with this, while we're dealing with the aches, the pains, the that loss of appetite, then all of a sudden the gain of appetite, while taking steroids that make you hungry, that not make you hungry, but some of the steroids they plump you up. Then you got to deal with comments of people talking about your weight. I had to reel myself back in a few minutes ago because I was literally standing there like, why should I keep pushing myself and fighting to always make it seem as though my life is normal when it's not normal for me. My joints are literally aching because I'm trying to wash my hair, something simple that I could do in the past without thinking twice, and now it's a chore. It's a job. Honey Sweet Tea, how you doing? Didn't realize she had a grandbaby. She looked young herself, but yeah. uh, Honey Sweet Tea, thank you for joining. You understand the retired gardener? Yes. It's one of those things where you're pushing yourself in your head like, I gotta do this, I gotta get through this, I gotta make it, but at the same time you're like, wait a minute. I'm overexerting myself, I'm trying to do too much, I still have to understand that my body is trying to do something totally different than somebody else's body. So I gotta rest a little, but I don't want to rest too much, cause it's like a catch 22. I don't want to rest too much because I always have been a go-getter. I always have been the type where if something needs to be done, I'm gonna go do it. I'm getting it done, and I feel better about myself when I get something accomplished. But I'm not the old me no more. So I have to take that into consideration too. I love to dance, but for some reason, it's like ever since I've been diagnosed with this, it's like I could dance for a little bit, and then I have to kind of sit it down, sit it down like I'm exhausted. And you're talking about somebody who used to like get on the dance floor and dance the whole party. And now I'm like, yeah, y'all young folks got that. I'm cheering everybody else on, like, yeah, you got it, you're doing good. That's why I love to see other people happy. It does something to me when I see other people enjoying life. Please enjoy life. Please love life. You never know when something can hit you like a ton of bricks. When I got into my 40s, I didn't even realize, like, when I was young, you never think about getting older. And then when I started, like, feeling some little aches and pains, I was like, oh. I was at work one day and I went to bend down to put something in one of the bottom cabinets, and I almost couldn't get back up. Like my knees wouldn't cooperate with me. Like, I had to hold on to the top of the cabinet to help pull myself up, and I'm like, what in the world is going on with me? Come on now. But but today, with washing my hair, coming out here in my garden is one of my biggest rewards. And I'm hoping if anything happens to me, which something is going to happen to all of us, but one of my things that I think about is I wonder if one of my children will carry this on. I have one of my sons was in the chat, Packboy 14. If y'all see him, he's my oldest son, and he went through having a brain tumor. I had to sit by my son's bedside while he fought a brain tumor, which was cancerous. And when I tell y'all, that put a whole nother meaning to life for me. Mind you, this was after we had buried my godson for cancer. So people wonder why I'm so passionate about getting this word out here and spreading love and spreading joy. I have lived through this thing so many times. My grandfather, he fought cancer, but he chose to stop all treatment. He didn't want to go through any treatment. He felt like he had done it all. He felt like he had been here long enough, and he was a soldier. He was a vet, so he had that mentality of my family is straight. As long as I make sure my wife's home is paid for and taken care of, the roof is new, because he was a roofer when he came back from the military. So we watched him go through this. We watched two of my aunties go through this. And unfortunately, we have had to do a send-off for a few people. But y'all, when I tell y'all watching my son fight like the G that he is, because I think he's still in the room, I think he's still in the chat, but watching Pat Boy fight a brain tumor, and he was a teenager at the time. He was 17 when he was diagnosed. So he was at a children's hospital, but he was still big. He was like tall. My son is really tall and skinny. And watching him on the cancer floor, the chemo floor at the children's hospital, and when he would take his chemo, he would have to stay in there for like 3 or 4 days in a row. They had to keep a close eye on him because he also had sickle cell. I cried and cried like a baby when he was first diagnosed. As soon as they said they found a mass on his brain, I broke down. Y'all, When I tell y'all, my son, the one who was going through it, hugged me and told me that it was gonna be all right no matter what happened. It'll be all right, mama. That gave me a whole nother outlook. That gave me a whole nother um, view of who he is. Like, that takes a lot for a kid, a teenager who's he knew what all this meant, but for him to take the time to say, "Mama, it'll be all right," and he said, "God got me." So I had to step back a little bit, and I went into the hallway to pull myself together, and I called my mama, and my mama said, "Well, if he said that, then that let you know that you doing something right. If your son was able to comfort you and say, 'Mama, it'll be all right. God got me,' she said, that means you did something right. No matter what you think the situation is, if your child is able to come back to that, you did something right." So that helped me a little bit, but I was still hurt. I didn't want to see him in pain. I didn't want to. They went to roll him back for surgery, and I'm all broken up. I'm like, I asked his dad. I was like, "We got to do the Lord's Prayer. We got to do the Lord's Prayer." And he stood at the door, and I said, "Nope. You gotta come on. We got to put God in this." And they rolled him back to do a surgery because his where the mass was, fluid had started building up. So they had to put like a tube in the top of his head. They had to shave his hair first, and he had locks, y'all. He got his locks back now, but they had to shave off the front of his head to put a tube in his hair to suction out the excess fluid. And he was 17. So that's why when people have these comments of "it's what you eat, it's what you're doing, it's da da da," it can hit anybody. I strongly encourage anybody to enjoy life. Just enjoy life. Stop being so angry. Stop being so envious. Don't be jealous hearted. Don't look at what other people got or whatever. Enjoy your life. Me, I enjoy my garden. I love this garden. I love coming out here, even if I'm not able to really get out here and dig like I used to or do like I used to. It's something about being out here and just seeing all the greenery, all the colors. It resets me a little bit, and I'm just hoping and praying that one of my kids will um, look back on this one day and say, "Mama always had her garden." I'm hoping this would be one of my memories that I can put into them where they can look back and say, "Well, my mama used to have a garden, or my mama, she did like this." And I'm hoping that one of them actually uh, takes it on and watches me and learn from it, and when they get old enough they start to have their own garden. I think that's what a lot of parents, not necessarily that your child follows in your footsteps, but I think a lot of parents look at it, they just want to know that their kids, when they get older, they will have something that they have carried on to them, even if it's just a word that I have said. I'm hoping that something sticks, something. But this garden, I gotta tell you, this is one of the things that I'm hoping sticks. I'm hoping that they realize that there is joy in having a garden, even if you don't do a whole lot, even if you don't have anything fancy. Just growing something can bring you so much joy. Like today, when I was having that moment, washing my hair, my joints started hurting. I started getting tired, sleepy, all of a sudden, just tired. I had to I had to reel myself back in, y'all, cuz it started to feel like I started having thoughts of, why am I still fighting? Why am I still doing this? Yes, the retired gardener. We discuss this all the time. Yet people still have time to be petty. And I get it. Some people just want to feel like they just right. They just want to, argue and bicker and be petty about stuff. But if you have somebody that's literally going through something or been through something telling you like, whoa, this ain't it. This is not it. Um, please just learn how to love and be happy. Live life. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy people around you. Enjoy your family and friends, even if they don't have ways that you like or whatever. Learn how to love from a long handle spoon. What my grandmama used to always say: love them from a long handle spoon, but love them where they at. Love them in their ways. You might have some family members or close friends that may not dress the way you want them to dress. Love them for who they are. You know, that's my cousin. He finna show up dressed to the nines. I'm over here dressed with my jeans and t-shirt, but you know what? I love him. He's sharp. I love you, cuz. You sharp. You know, give them their props. That might be what they want. Give them props for what you see that's positive in them. Look at people and see the positive in them, and you'll find out that it'll give you a whole new look on things when you start to see the positive in things. It's no going back from it. It's no going back from it. Oh, honey, sweet tea. Thank you. I'm hoping that people see the God in me, because if it wasn't for God, I don't know where I would be. I used to sing a song in church, I don't know what I would do without the Lord. And now that I'm older, I sang that song when I was a teenager. Now that I'm older, I honestly could say I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for God on my side. Because just like moments like that, I still have moments where I'm like, why am I still fighting this? Why am I still going through this? God, why are you putting this in my life? You know, they say don't question God, but sometimes you just get those moments where you like, why me? Why is it always something going on with me? And then I have to reel it back. Why not me? Is it because he knows that I will tell the world about his goodness? Is it because he knows that I am the type that will go through something and just, I will take my time, but I will adjust to just about any situation you put me in? So when you say that, I hope it's the God in me that you see. I hope that's the case. That will do me some good just to know that people see a little glimpse of light in me. Maybe that will give other people hope that if they're going through something, you could do it. You could do it if you're going through something, but pace yourself. Don't try to rush. Don't try to push yourself to the point of exertion. Don't try to push yourself to the point where you're pleasing somebody else, but at the end of the day, you're tuckered out, you're done. Just do it. Pace yourself and pray about it. I don't know if you pray, you meditate, or like I stated before, you're grounding. Um, Whatever you do to pull yourself back together, do it and do it wholeheartedly. I know one thing that worked for me when my son was going through is when I waited till everybody in the house was asleep and I walked through my house praying. I waited till about 3 in the morning. Everybody was in the house praying. Everybody was in the house sleeping, and I walked through my house from the back door all upstairs, back down, back to the back door again. And I prayed and prayed and prayed and asked God to heal my child. Because I feel like if anything would have happened to him, that would have been the end of me. It's all about, like, let's talk about it, what Toya was saying. It's it's something different that strikes you when you're a parent. Is if my children are straight, then I feel like I've done something. And that's weird because when I was little, I never thought about stuff like that. I always had wanted kids and wanted a family, but I never thought that it would hit me this deep. Like, now I know that feeling when you're playing, when you're a kid and you rushing out to the street and your parents screaming at you and they snatching you up. I know that feeling now. Don't let nothing happen to my child because I know that would be it for me. The old me would be out the window. The new me would be out the window. It would be the end of me because watching my child in that little hospital bed, because like I said, he was 17, so he was so tall that they had to go find him another bed because he was so tall, but he was in the children's hospital. Y'all, watching him in that hospital bed, and he kept trying to tell these people about his headaches, and they kept, at first they kept trying to push it off. He's in the chat, so he's probably remembering this while Pack Boy 14. He kept telling them about his headaches, and they kept saying, well, maybe he's on drugs and he's just not telling your mom. Maybe he's smoking something and just not telling your mom. And I said, Hashi, stop. I said, no, we have a relationship where he pretty much tells me everything. Me and my kids, we have an open book, and we have these days where we have family meetings. We talk about everything. So I don't think that's the case. Well, maybe he's just not telling you. And a young doctor came in, and something told me, say, ask him about his neck. So I asked him, I said, is your neck hurt? He said, it gets stiff every time I have these headaches. I told the young doctor. The young doctor had to get permission to request a CT scan, y'all, because he was a student. So even the head doctor did not want to take what the young doctor was saying. That's why I said you gotta listen to the young people too. I know this younger generation, they got some things going on that's way different from what we grew up with, but it was the younger doctor that said, if his neck is hurting, we need a CT scan. And the older doctor still was saying, he's probably smoking some, or he probably on some drugs and just not telling his mom. Y'all, look, see, Pat Boy 14 says he remember. Honey Sweet Tea said, I felt that. Yes, out the house. I have never done that before until my son went through that. True enough, I'll pray. I'll sit with my Bible. I'll read my scriptures. And Pat Boy, he knows this. I'll sit and read my scriptures. And sometimes I have my Bible just sitting in the bed because that's what I do at night. I just, read through scripture. Not in any particular order. I just, whatever comes to me, comes to me. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. And Packboy 14 is in the comments, and he says, yes, I remember. Because y'all, he had been back and forth to the hospital so many times with these very bad headaches. And one day he was in music class. I have all my kids in a music class at this church, and they are so hands-on with the kids that they started to notice that when Packboy was playing the piano, he started to kind of slump down a little bit. So they already had sent one of my kids out to the car and said that he wasn't feeling good. Next thing you know, they sent him right back out to the car and said he's passing out. So at first he was doing like he was kind of lethargic, and he started getting sick to the stomach. These people tried to tell me that he was on drugs. Now, if y'all were to meet Packboy in person, y'all would know that that's the furthest from the truth. All of my kids are different. Packboy is the intellectual. He's into books. He's a homebody. He will get on those games though, but he's the homebody. He don't get into no mess, nothing like that. His twin is who I call the hip hop kid. His twin now is the one that will fight you. All of my kids have different personalities. So for them to say Packboy was probably smoking and just didn't tell me, he was on drugs, he young, he probably just not telling you, that was a slap in the face. But that young doctor came in there. He was a handsome white young gentleman. I do remember that much. I don't remember his name. He came in there and he did like this. He said, I think we need a CT scan, especially if he's saying his neck is hurting when he get these headaches. And when he came back in there, I'm going to tell y'all what made me break. When he came back in there with that lady after Pac Boy had his CT scan, and he reached up in the cabinet and grabbed a little box of Kleenex, and that young boy sat next to me and patted me on my leg and handed me the Kleenex, I knew, I knew it was something wrong with my baby. And I broke down. Pac Boy was sitting in his hospital bed, and he swung them tall, long legs over that hospital bed, and he grabbed me and he hugged me and said, Mama, it's okay. God got my back. It's okay, Mama. This was my child telling me. So, I'm not going to hold y'all, but it was on my heart to come out here and say something. When y'all having those moments where you feel like, okay, I'm just tired, I'm done, don't give up on yourself. Just take your time. Hashi, tranquilo. Take your time. My great dog out there cutting up. Yes, that's my oldest son. He's trying to get into YouTube because he's trying to start a new hobby, something that'll help him kind of get his mind off of everything he's been going through. Hashi. And this ain't my dog. This is my children's dog that they begged for a dog and they don't take care of. My husband take care of him, but we didn't ask for the dog. They asked for the dog. Sandra D, look at me. I'm Sandra D. How are you doing is the question. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, because I know that you had a rough time recently. Yeah, I didn't want to hold you guys though. If you missed any of it, just go back to the playback if you can, and try to give a thumbs up. I'm not going to overexert myself because I have been feeling very, very weak lately. But I have been sitting up in the bed looking at some of you guys' videos. I'm pretty sure Toya knows because one day I had to call her out and tell her to go to bed. Let's talk about it with Toya. Go to bed. Because I was up late at night going through her shorts. And she's she's commenting back to me. And I'm like, go to bed. That's why I don't like commenting in the middle of the night, because I don't want to feel like I'm waking nobody up with the notifications. And then one night I started a live in the middle of the night, and here she go in the live. Girl, go to sleep. You already be up cooking full breakfasts and full dinners. She don't cook like a simple, like, quick little breakfast. She got the sausage, she got the salmon, she got the eggs. And then there she go in the evening. She frying up some chicken. She got some cabbage going. Y'all know she love her cabbage over there. Girl, go to bed, get some rest. Girl, let's talk about it with Toya. I saw you when I was coming on your shorts. Was it? I don't know if it was last night, night before. I don't know, because the birds been chirping at night, so I be up. Girl, I saw you commenting back, or you liked something I commented on, and I was like, what is she doing up? Go to sleep. I'm trying to catch up on y'all stuff while y'all sleep. Honey Sweet Tea said the food be looking good too. Girl, I be like, she gonna put us all to shame, because she get up in the morning, she set that camera on the side, and she be frying up her some salmon. She loves salmon. Y'all know she love her salmon patties, her croquettes. And she be having sausage, salmon. And who that you had fixed the salmon for? You was screaming her name. I don't know who it was for, so I don't even know why I say her. But yes, I do, because you walked up on them one day. Don't get me to saying the name. Miss Riz in here. Was it oh, what was their name? But you was cooking their food and saying their name at the same time, like, I'm finna fix your plate. passing the teachers a plate and everything. Lord have mercy. Let's talk about it. Chihuahua, that was it. That was it. I heard you saying the name while you were cooking the food, and I was like, now that's somebody who put love in their food because you was really enjoying cooking for somebody else. That was so funny. Y'all so funny. And Miss Riz, you just sit on your live and you answer them children. You answer them in a way that's not cutting too deep. But you're better than me because some of them comments, you better not give me no ranch. No, I said ranch like ranch dressing, no ranch. Yeah, I know I'm country. But you sit on there, and I like the way you did the pin up on your last, when you had the color wig on and you pinned it all up with the pin curls. That was cute. I actually like that. Y'all, I can't even hardly see. I'm doing like this and the sun all in my face. Yeah, she is awesome because like she'll stay on there for a long time and actually go back and forth in the comments and stuff. So I try to give her at least 30 minutes. I try to watch for at least 30 minutes, but y'all know I got a house full of kids over here, so I can't stay in everybody's live too long, but I try my best. And sometimes I just sit somebody's live up while I'm doing something else so that I can give them that time and listen to their conversation. A 90s pinup, okay. And I don't know if y'all saw some of my old videos. I like to do the 50s pompadour pinup. I like to do that with my natural hair, but now since I'm taking this spray cell, I try not to do too much to my hair because it is very brittle and it breaks out very easily. That's Miss Sandra asking Miss Riz, how are you? Miss Riz, Sandra D is asking. Sandra D always asking about everybody else, how are you? We be wanting you to take care of yourself so you can keep on dancing, girl. We love Sandra D over here. You wouldn't even know that you're going through some of the stuff that you're going through because you just seem like everything is everything. In the pool. Miss Riz says she's okay today. But we're going to hope that you get better and better and better every day. Each and every day. Work on it a little bit at a time. Don't rush yourself to do nothing. Do what you can do while you can. That's my whole thing. Do what you can while you can because you never know when something may come up and you're down for a little bit. And you start missing the old you. You start missing the little things that you used to be able to do. The body is tired. And that's how I feel, Sandra D. My body is tired. But I'm trying to keep pushing. But I really appreciate y'all coming in to watch this pop-up live. I'm good at the pop-ups because I haven't come up with a schedule yet. But I am a mom and a wife, so, and I try not to do too much in the house because I kind of want my kids to still free to run around and do whatever they normally do. And sometimes they might not want to be on camera, so, you know, who am I to impose on that? Anytime you have a neck pain, let's talk about it with Toya. I say at least talk about it. At least talk it over with your doctor. Because my son was having neck pain. The headaches were the worst for him, but the neck pain is something that he kept brushing off. He kept feeling like it was just a crick in his neck or something. And he was like, it's worse when I get these headaches. And that's what caused him to do the CT scan, is the neck. I'm glad you caught me too easy street with Jen. Y'all did that the game thing, and I really, really enjoyed it. Easy Street with Jen, you do a lot of going out and about, and I really enjoy that about you too. Like when you go to different places. Okay, well, he had headaches with his. Let's talk about it before you. Have you checked changing your pillow? Maybe, I don't know. I really hate to hear when somebody got neck pain. Neck and back is the worst, and Sandra D was dealing with something with her back too. Neck and back is the worst. Y'all, when I tell y'all I was trying to wash my hair and I felt so defeated because my arms was like noodles. But it's still nothing that compares to neck and back pain. Oh my goodness. I had to take a break from washing my hair. So right now I have conditioner in it, but I gotta go in there and I gotta rinse out this conditioner and blow dry my hair because I want to braid my hair or do something to it, put it away, so I won't have to worry about combing in it for a while. Um, and my hair is really, really thick. As y'all can see, it's really, really thick. And once I do it, I don't like doing it every day. Like, do it one time and leave it for about a week and call it a day. Yeah, hip. Oh God, my hips hurt all the time, but my doctor said it's a part of CML. She gets a lot of patients that have CML that complain about hip pain and like in the bones. And in the evening when I take my medication, it's worse. My hip pain and my joints, it's worse when I take my medication. August the 13th, Sandra D is having a hip replacement. Back, you're having something done to your. Oh God, Sandra D, you will most definitely be in my prayers. I had to go pick my best friend up when she had a back procedure done, and oh my God, I felt so bad for her. But it's like it was one of those moments where you don't know what to say to help somebody out, and I had her laugh a little bit when I said, "But you still look good though, girl," because she was like, "Oh, I gotta get to the car. I gotta get to the car." And then when she got to the car, I was in my truck then. So she had to step up to get into the truck. And oh my God, I have never heard her. She didn't scream, but she was like, "Oh." She's a veteran too, so she's real tough. She's a tough cookie. Um, so she did good with it, but getting her home, I was so nervous every time we had to go over a speed bump or anything. Oh, Sandra D, I'm gonna be praying for you. August 13th, you will most definitely be in my prayers. Um, I guess I'll try to do like a 3-day for you or something. Easy Street with Jen wishes Sandra D the best, and she's sending you hearts. Sandra D, you don't want to have it. Well, we always don't want to go through what we have to go through, but if it's going to make your life a little easier, I didn't want to go through my last biopsy that I had to do because I did a no and I looked it up on YouTube. So I actually saw the video, the little, you know how they do the little animation video, and they stuck the needle into the top of your hip right above your behind, and they took out a piece of your bone. I was like, oh no, I'm not having that. No, I'm not doing that. This first time I went, I didn't really, I saw people do a video where they were talking about their experience, but I didn't see an actual video of them actually extracting a piece of your bone. I didn't want to do it, but I'm glad I did because after I did that biopsy, that's when they found out that I am now only at 1%. 1%. As soon as I get below 1%, then I will be considered, well, in the negatives, then I will be considered in remission. So I'm just waiting for the day when I could change my tag from learning to love myself with leukemia, and I'm gonna change that tag to Renee's in remission or something like that. Something that has to do with no more leukemia. That's what I'm waiting for. That day when I can change that tag. But I use that tag to just get the word out there, get the message out there, spread awareness that this thing is real. You can have something going on in your body and you not even realize it's that severe. I always have been a go-getter, so I started beating up on myself when I saw that, like, I was tired after I cooked and didn't want to clean right away. I didn't want to and sometimes some people will make you feel bad, but I don't think they understand that they're making you feel bad. But I had to get out of that too. I'm not gonna let somebody make me feel bad because I know something going on with my body. But it had gotten to the point where I wasn't cleaning like I used to because I was so tired. I was just drained. I was over it. I started feeling like, well, maybe I'm depressed. What's going on with me? And the whole time, they don't even know how long I've had this. The thing about CML, they cannot tell you what stage you're in or how long you've had it. They can kind of give you an estimate. But you know how some people say they have cancer and they're in stage this, stage that. We don't have a stage. With CML, like, it's phases. So all I know is that I was diagnosed in the accelerated phase. That's all I know. But since it's one of the oldest cancers that was found, all praise to the Most High, my treatment is a little different. Medicine is not where it was 20 years ago, so I'm not experiencing as many side effects from the chemo pill and from when I go into the infusions and stuff. But I'm glad I had that second biopsy done because it gave me a little ray of hope. Like, I'm almost there. You have the rods. Your husband helps you a lot. My husband helped me a lot too, but sometimes I feel guilty. Maybe I should do another video about that, the guilt. People don't understand the guilt that you feel when you need help. People don't understand the guilt and the shame that comes with that. So if somebody makes you feel even worse after you've already gone through the process of feeling bad for having to ask for help, it makes it a little worse. It makes it a little worse. But my husband, he helps me also a lot. A lot. And I hate that I have to ask him for help because he works all day. He's a carpenter. And he's always at work. And when he comes home, sometimes I do need his help. But I try to do as much as I can, as much as I can. And even then, you're still going to have people criticize you. You're still going to have people say they think you should be doing more, even though you're doing as much as you possibly can. Because sometimes I feel like I'm going to pass out. And that's to be expected with somebody who's dealing with a blood cancer, because if our platelets are too low, we can possibly pass out. If our hemoglobin level is low, we can pass out. And if I'm out here by myself, or if I'm downstairs by myself and the kids are upstairs, they won't know I've passed out until they've come downstairs. So that's kind of dangerous, right? So I try not to feel too guilty when I need the help. And it takes a lot out of me to ask for help. All I ask is that if I ask for help or if you see I need help, just try to step in and do it. Because I've already come to the conclusion that, girl, you need some help. And I'm already feeling bad that I need help, because the old me wouldn't be asking for this help. The old me would have been had it done. The old me would have got up and already had certain things already working out. I used to get up and put stuff in the crock pot. That way I already knew we had whatever meat we was going to have, we already had it brewing. It's already cooking. While that's going, I'll be walking through the house, opening the curtains and cleaning or whatnot. And Now it's just like I have to do a little bit at a time, and I have to sit down. Sometimes I actually pull up a bar stool in the kitchen now. That's why y'all don't see me doing too many videos where you see me actually cooking, because sometimes I have a bar stool up to the stove and I'm cooking that way so that I won't start feeling too tired. I don't want to pass out over the stove, you know. So that's my way of trying to not overdo it. Diana's homestead. Hello. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Your husband wasn't home when you had your seizure, Sandra D. Oh my God. Diana's homestead. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Sandra D, I wish you lived close to me. I really wish you lived by me. Because we live in a world now where your neighbors are so worried about if your grass is cut and they don't bother to want to know how you doing. Maybe your grass might not be cut because maybe your neighbor may be going through some health issues. Dog, I wish you stayed close to me. Because I would come check on you every day. I come holler at you every day. even if it's just a quick, you doing all right over there? I would come and at least want to see your face. Even if you just peep the door open. I'm all right today, Renae. I know, easy street. Easy street with Jen. Jen, I know, right? That is awful. See, that's one of my biggest fears. And I have some of my kids are into gaming. My teenagers are into gaming. So one of my biggest fears is that what if I'm with the babies or something and I have a medical emergency and my kids are so into the game that they don't realize it. That's one of my biggest fears. So now during the summertime, now that my 8-year-old is home during the day, I know he runs around the house, so he would notice if something was off. And he likes to spend a lot of time with his mom anyway. Matter of fact, before I came out here, right before I was washing my hair, he was reading his chapter book. During the summertime, I try to have him read a chapter a day to me in his chapter book, and that's my way of kind of staying on him about his literacy. And we're going to start back with the multiplication table. He's already gotten down with the zeros and the ones, which is the easy, y'all know. And we're going to go on into the twos starting Monday because I'm preparing him for the 3rd grade. So when he's here, I feel a little bit more at ease, but that's one of my fears, is that I would pass out and nobody knows because they're so, caught up in their own worlds. Y'all know how teenagers are. We're not going to pretend that everybody's household is perfect and their kids are all la-di-da or whatever. We're not going to do that. We're going to be real about it and just call it what it is. Some kids be so into their game that I don't think I don't think one of my oldest. My daughter, she probably would be, she's the type where she'd be like, wait a minute, Ma. Like, that's her. She has my mouth. But the other one, he's so caught up in his game and he have his headphones on that I don't think he would notice if mom was not walking around or something. It's very scary, Sandra D. And it's scary to even know that you went through that. It's very scary to know that you went through that. And I wish I was close to you. That's how bad I feel right now, just hearing that. Because I can only imagine. The first time I passed out, before they knew that I had leukemia, one day I was in a braid shop and I was getting my hair braided, and I just remember waking up on the floor and they had a pillow behind my head and they was trying to You know, they was talking to me, screaming my name. And luckily it was a place that I go to all the time, so they knew my name, they knew my information. Well, they didn't know all my information, but they knew enough to get me some help. And that was scary. You're just out and you pass out. So what if, like I said, how this world is today, what if you're somewhere where people are just like, well, I'm gonna mind my business, or that ain't none of my business, or whatever. Then what? We got to do better as a people. We got to do better as a people. Okay, here I come. Thank you. Okay, y'all. That's for me. It's potty time. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, gracias por ver. If you missed anything, feel free to go to the playback. Y'all know I'm trying to get those watch hours together. But if you are experiencing anything that you know is not like you, get checked out. Request a full blood panel. Don't have them just check your vitamin D. Don't have them just check your iron. Ask for a full blood panel so that they can know exactly what's going on. Until next time, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Bye.